Okay guys, today we're just going to talk about three additional trig functions, the secant, the cosecant, and the cotangent. The secant is just the reciprocal of the cosine. Okay, so you take that cosine function and you flip it upside down. That's obviously abbreviated as secant or SEC. Okay? The cosecant, often abbreviated as CSC, is just the sine function flipped upside down, the reciprocal of the sine function. And the cotangent, often abbreviated as COT, is just the tangent function, again flipped upside down, or the reciprocal of that. So let's take a look at some examples. Given A is obtuse and cotangent of A is equal to -3, find the secant of A and the cosecant of A. So the first thing, let's just remember what obtuse means. Obtuse means the angle is somewhere between 90 degrees and 180. Right? So if I were to draw this, I know that between 90 and 180 is in quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, I'm going to draw my triangle up like this, down like this. Here's my theta. I'm sorry, this is my theta. This is going to be my alpha. And this triangle, the cotangent of A is -3. So if I say cotangent of A is going to be equal to 1 over tangent of A, which equals to -3. Now I can solve for tangent of A, right? Let's move this tangent of A over there, move the -3 back, and I get tangent of A equals 1 over -3, right? So now we can do our SOHCAHTOA, right? The TOA. So the opposite over the adjacent is 1 over 3, right? Now obviously this 3 is negative because we're going this way on the x-axis. So using our Pythagorean theorem, we can figure out what this last side is. So that's going to be 1 squared plus 3, or -3 squared, equals, let's call it c squared. So that's going to be basically square root of 10 equals c. That means this guy over here is root 10. Okay, so now we have our triangle. It should be pretty straightforward to find the secant and the cosecant of angle A, right? Of alpha here. So angle A over here, secant of A, let's look at our little table here. Secant of A is the inverse of the cosine. So what we can do here is just find the cosine of A and then flip it upside down. Right? So if I look at my CAH, or my cosine of A, cosine of A, equals adjacent over hypotenuse. That's going to be -3 over root 10. We're going to flip it upside down because we're trying to find the secant of A. So the secant of A is equal to -√10. Do the same thing for cosecant of A. Cosecant of A, let's look at our table, it's the inverse of the sine. So let's look at sine of A first. And remember, sine of A, we are looking at opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite here is 1 over hypotenuse is root 10. So 1 over root 10. That means that the cosecant of A is just the reverse of that, or sorry, the reciprocal of that, which is just straight root 10. And there you have it. Okay guys, second example. We want to solve the equation secant of -x equals 2 over the range from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. So what we're going to do here is, let's check out our secant, which is 1 over cosine of -x should equal 2, right? Now let's isolate the cosine -x. We're going to end up with cosine of -x equals 1 over 2. All right? Now remember our old identities with the cosine, right? Cosine of negative x is the same as cosine of x, which will become clear later. But here, cosine of negative x equals 1/2. We can also say that cosine of x will equal 1/2. Now another way we can think about this is, remember, cosine is our x value in our unit circle, right? So if we look at our unit circle and we look at our x values, what quadrants are my x values positive? Well, we're looking at anywhere from here to here, right? So we're looking at any sort of positive value here in quadrant 1 and any sort of positive value here, right, in quadrant 4. So we're going to end up with two answers, right? And they're both going to be on the positive x-axis. So cosine of x equals 1/2. What value of x gives me a value of 1/2? Well, if you remember our 30, 60, 90 triangle, you will remember that cosine of 60 degrees equals 1/2, right? So in that case, cosine of 60, one of my answers is 60 degrees, right? That would be this angle right here, right? This angle right here. This is going to give me a value of 1/2 comma something, right? Now we want to find this guy right here that's also going to give me an x value of 1/2 something, right? Now what is this angle going to be? If we come all the way around my circle, what is that angle going to be? Well, if the reference angle is 60 degrees here, we're coming down 60 degrees here, that means that we are coming around 300 degrees here. So the other angle is going to be 300 degrees. Okay, guys, a practice problem for tonight. Without using a calculator, evaluate these 4 trigonometric functions. Quick video today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.